another great episode from Kamen Gavv. The sky is blue, what the fuck you want me to say? With this episode we really got to see Hanto lose pretty much everyone that he loves and knows, with the grenade that captured Soji broke the keychain, which with last week's episode's information, when you break it, you can't save the person that was captured. So now, Hanto is pretty much 2 to 3 the people that he loved died because of the stomach family, which is more fucked to see just Kenji just being so nonchalant with this entire information and just uses it to his advantage, pretty much pressuring him to let him cut him open and put some grenade intestines inside of him just to do some testing. But I just love the characteristic of Kenji with him knowing that the stomach family is after Hanto, and he's using it to his own advantage, like from the way that he's so nonchalantly talking to Hanto when he came to him after finding the keychain, and he's like, oh, that's upsetting, let me just, make my coffee. It's so amazing, and he's pretty much pressuring him and saying, hey, you can go under the knife and get your revenge, or I would just do it myself. Like, it's a win-win to me. Like, I don't care. Like, he's pretty much gaslighting him to pretty much probably sell the data for someone. 100%. We're not sure if this is the family. I'm not fully sure about that. It could be just the grenade government. Like, to be completely honest, I think he's far more connected to the grenade government than the actual stomach family, and it's 100% that. I just love that he's pretty much gaslighting him. It's like, hey, I think that's the best thing you can do right now. Like, he's so fucking good. I love his character and the way that the show really characterized him. It's fucking incredible, while finding how fucked Hanto's life is, with his mom being gone. The only person that really raised him was his grandma, but she too died, which seems that she died around maybe when he was or in junior high or even the beginning of high school, because the only other person that really raised him and made him the man that he is was Soji, and because of Soji he kind of becomes a reporter, and it is so interesting. It's like, yo, this character is hurt, this character is hurt, this character just wants to do better, but all the time just something takes away from him, and the only other person that now Hanto is looking up to is pretty much Kenji, which from everybody else it's kind of sad. And at least 2 of the 3 the people that he lost died because of the stomach family is genuinely interesting, and I am interested why Nilv is really going after him. It could be maybe Nilv's mom is Hanto's mom, could be something else, maybe his knowledge, how much it's a small little nugget of information, the knowledge of the grenades and what they are is pretty much like the main thing. But fuck, that's sad. And it is kind of interesting that he never had anyone else outside of Soji, and this is probably, and the death of Soji is probably the reason why Amane, Shoma and him are just going to be kind of like this trio. Like, I just love that, like, pretty much like Hanto is a man that has nothing to lose anymore, and just Kenji is using it to his advantage, saying, hey, go under the operating table, which I fucking love that Gavv is just full on going show era with like, hey, if you want to be a writer, you need some modification in you. Like, this is cool. Oh my god, like, that's actually like fucking really cool. I am interested if the show would have the balls to do the same thing to Amane. Like, I am actually like really fucking interested. And pretty much for the rest of the stomach family, like, we get a little bit of Jeep and shit trying to have Nilv help them, but it seems like the older siblings, at least the three oldest siblings, are very much not big fans of one another. They don't like each other. They are very much like, okay, when I get the opportunity, I will just stab everybody in the back. While it seems that Jib and Shit, being the youngest of the siblings, they're the one that actually got gaslighted the most. They're the one that probably long ago really pushed them to just be subservient and just like, hey, do your shit, but each and every time that you're maybe fail, I would take your power. I would take your powers away. Like, this is really interesting because Nilv is the smartest of the bunch. He was the one that was taught by Dente. He's the one that has Dente's records for Shoma's operation, which we get to see Shoma's like original Gavv, which fucking weird. It had a face, so it's like Shoma's Gavv always had a face. Again, it is interesting what he's not letting the others know. What he's also not letting us know. Like, again, it seems like Nilvs kind of feel like the very first big threat of the first arc. And it is really interesting. While, like, I do like that Shoma comes back to Dente and it's like, hey, listen, I'm sorry. He doesn't really apologize for the way he was like ran away, but he did say to him, is like, hey, you're here. You like humanity. You like the human world. Help me to defeat the stomachs, or at least help me to, you know, get the stomachs pretty much out of human society, you know, hurting humans. And like, it seems that Dante is like, okay, fine. He was pretty much fine with it. Like, it is interesting. I don't know how much Dante is going to be like a pure good guy. He and Kenji have pretty much a lot in common. I think both of them are doing something for their own gain, but I think like Dante is way more like, I want to experiment, where Kenji feels a lot more malicious. I believe maybe Kenji in one point would be kind of like semi of like a third party of a villain. Like, I think he would be very much a villain for Valen, but then Shoma, really, if to be completely honest, he is kidnapping Gochizos like it's nothing. He's just, hey, fuck those humans, just take them. Nah, fuck those minions. You can just eat a bunch of chocolates. It's fine. But it is going to be interesting to see those two interact, because those two seems like, okay, there is something to them. I don't believe Dente is Kenji. No fucking way. Like, I don't see that. I don't believe it's an actual thing. But like, yeah, like, I really like that the main event of the episode was very much like the debut of Kamen Valen. That fight was awesome. Really funny to see that, like, the connection for the first setlix that we got for Gavv was this episode, which is fucking insane. And like, I read some comments on X because I was looking it up and I was like, oh my god, this photo was actually taken like earlier than what people think. So it's like, yo, like, I believe there are around like the episode 30 mark. They are already almost halfway through the show, which is insane to think that we are this early. We're just 6 weeks early into the show and they're almost ending it very soon. I don't know. It's kind of cool, but yeah, like, overall this was a pretty fun episode. I really like the way that the episode really characterized Hanto as this person that really relies on other people, but he needs it because he's been missing people for so long and he's seen people dropping dead. And the characterization of Kenji of a manipulator, someone that recognized Hanto's pretty much like down moment and he used it to his own advantage. That was fucking great. Valen's debut fight was great, but it is interesting that the grenade that took Hanto's mom is dog themed and Valen is chocolate themed. It's just funny. But yeah, another great fucking episode from Kamen Gavv. This episode once again gets an S+. So let's talk about Kamen Valen. He is fine. Like, I like him more than, let's say, Gavv, and yeah, like, I don't know, it's fine. I do like that a part of the transformation he takes the like pretty much silver wrapping from the chocolate. How much it doesn't really make a lot of sense because some parts of the armor very much like are supposed to represent the chocolate box. So it's like it should have been very specific points of the armor. I don't know. It's nice. It's a cool fucking color scheme. It's like the kind of chocolate brown with the white really complement like the gold, red and silver of it. I like his transformation device. It's not as annoying as Gavv's. I know it's a weird looking gun with a weird fucking mechanism, but it is interesting that it's probably like also torturing the good Chizos. So yeah, what you thought about Gavv episode number 6? Comment below, let me know. What you thought about Kamara Valens' suit? Please, I would like to know because from pretty much the entirety of Gavv's iconography, I really like a lot of the stuff that Valen had. So thank you very much. If you liked the video, please like it. If you haven't subscribed yet, please help your subscribe button finally achieve his final gacha of becoming a subscribed button. Don't forget, you're the only one that can prevent forest fires. Thank you very much and have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.